Greetings, Nick with Sweetwater here, and I'm here with my good guitar picking pal Don Carr, and this video accompanies a Sweetwater InSync article entitled Best Beginner Guitar Amps of 2023, and there's a link to that one below. The reason we're doing this video is simple. Don and myself thought it would be pretty helpful if you could hear a few of the amps in said article in addition to reading about them, hence this short clip. Make sense? Before we get started though, I have to say this. In my humble opinion, there's no such thing as the best. As the saying goes, one man's meat is another man's poison. That said, also in my humble opinion, there's never been a better time to get a beginner guitar amp, as there are so many great amps to choose from out there. And hopefully, this short video and the aforementioned article will serve to whet your appetite for some of the amazing amps Sweetwater has to offer for you, the beginner. Anyway, enough of my yammering. Here's the first amp we're going to discuss. It's the Orange Crush 20 RT, this sturdy looking brute right here. It's a 20 watt 1x8 combo, and I call it a KISS amp, KISS being an acronym for Keep It Simple Stupid. It has 2-foot switchable channels, clean and dirty, which both share the same tone controls for bass, middle and treble. It also has built-in reverb, a built-in tuner, a headphone output, and also an auxiliary input so you can jam along to your favorite tunes. Let's listen to it, shall we? Clean, then dirtier. And there you have it, the Crush 20 RT. Don, what have you got for us, my friend?
Hey, thanks, Nick. I've got the Fender Mustang LT25. Now, for anyone that knows anything about the Fender Mustang series, it's been around a long time and it's got a ton of great sounds. It's always been a great beginner amp. And the nice thing about the 25 is that it's sort of a greatest hits of the whole Mustang collection. So it's got 30 preset sounds and they're just ready to play. You just plug in and go. Super simple. It's a great size, a great format, plenty loud enough, you know, at 25 watts, but, you know, also small and portable. So for all that it does, it's really easy to operate. You can see there's some knobs here on the front, change the tone controls and the volume controls. You can even edit some of the sounds a little bit deeper. There's USB connection, there's an auxiliary in, there's a headphone out. So it's got all the bells and whistles that you want, but it really is a simple amp to play. Let's check it out. So if you want the super portable headphone only version, there's the Mustang Micro. It plugs directly into your guitar, it's rechargeable, and it has a lot of the same great sounds as the Mustang 25. Hey Nick, what do you got next for us?
Well, Don, my next choice is the 30 watt 1x10 Marshall MG30 FX combo. This beauty boasts digital reverb, digital effects, and has no fewer than 4 programmable channels. That said, don't let the word programmable intimidate you, because it's really, really simple to use. Its 4 channels are clean, crunch, OD1 and OD2. And like I said, they're really easy to program. All you do is this: you select the channel you want to mess with, tweak the knobs when you like it, press store, wait till the light on the channel flashes, and hey presto, it's stored until you decide to overwrite it. That simple. So without further ado, let's check it out. I've already programmed in a clean, a crunch, an OD1 and an OD2. Here we go. And there you have it, the MG30FX. And as you've heard, not only does it have reverb, but you can choose chorus, phase, flange, or delay too. Pretty neat. That said, Don, what have you got next to show us?
Hey, Nick. Thanks, man. I've got the Yamaha THR32. The THR30 is designed to be really versatile, but it's also really simple to use. You can plug any instrument you want into it. You can plug a bass guitar, an acoustic guitar, keyboards, whatever. And it's nice because it's a desktop format with stereo sound. And so that's a great sound just in and of itself, but it's also got built-in guitar sounds, guitar amp simulators, so you can plug your electric guitar into it and it sounds great. Got all kinds of options. I mean, it's got USB out, it's Bluetooth, it's got an auxiliary in, it's got a headphone out. You can connect it and do all kinds of crazy stuff with it, but the best thing is you can just plug it in, have great guitar sounds, and just enjoy it. Now that being said, let's hear a couple of sounds. Nick, what's in store next?
Next up for me is kind of a no-brainer. It's one of the best-selling amps out there of all time, namely the Boss Katana 50 Mark II, a 50-watt 1x12 combo that can be set to 3 separate wattages. It's 50 watts, 25 watts, or a neighbor-friendly 0.5 watts. And 50 watts, by the way, is loud enough to play most small gigs. In fact, it's probably too loud for a lot of soundmen, so you can go from bedroom to stage and rock it. It offers a total of 10 amp voicings thanks to its variation button. It also has 4-foot switchable memory locations to store your favorite settings, and you can have up to 5 effects at any one time. It also has a cab emulated headphone output, which is great for recording too. Plus, there's the free Boss Tone Studio software that gives you access to 60 Boss effects, and you can go in there and do a whole bunch of stuff. Now, to be honest with you, as opposed to lying, I could easily do a very long video on this. In fact, I've already done one, so there's links to stuff about this amp below. Enough of my yammering again, let's listen to a few sounds, shall we? 50, and talking of 50s, what have you got next there, young Don?
Well, Nick, I've got a 50 watt offering myself. This is the Roland Street Cube EX. Now, this is a really interesting amplifier because you can see it's tilted back, so it's like shaped like a monitor wedge almost. So it's really oriented towards performance as well, but of course you can obviously use it for practice. It's great for, you know, beginners or intermediate players. The nice thing about this too is not only is it designed for electric guitar, but it's designed for voice, acoustic guitar, any instrument you want. So it's like a great busking amp really, which is pretty freaking cool. I'm just gonna play the electric guitar sound so you can hear what it sounds like. All right, Nick, what's next?
Well, this is the yin to your yang, if you will. Dun, dun, dun! This, my friends, is the definition of pocket size. This 5-watt demon, the Positive Grid Spark Go. As you can see, this little smart amp truly defines portable, but please don't let its diminutive size fool you. It's deceptively loud, and that's good. It's also pretty darn sturdy. The Spark Go features a rechargeable battery that can last up to 8 hours when fully charged, and it also doubles as a Bluetooth speaker. Nice. And speaking of Bluetooth, it works in conjunction with the free Spark app that gives you access to 33 amp models, 4 to 3 effects pedals, thousands of presets, plus backing tracks to jam with, YouTube tutorials, yada, yada, yada. In fact, if you want to know more about this fine piece, there's a link to a dedicated video below. And there you have it, the Spark Go. Now back over to Don, and I think I know what's coming next because he's made a guitar change. What have you got?
Indeed I have, Nick. I've got a little bit of an outlier here for our final selection, the Fishman Loudbox Mini. Okay, now this is a specifically acoustic guitar amp, and it really is designed for performance. Again, it's kind of got that tilt back thing like the Roland, right, where it's already sort of tilted back and aimed out at your audience. And it's also got an XLR input for a microphone, so you can sing along and play along. And it's like your great little cafe amp. But it's really voiced specifically for acoustic guitar, and it makes your acoustic guitar sound great.
And there you have it, 8 great amps from the article. I don't know about you, Don, but the hardest part for me was actually just picking 4.
Indeed, I have to agree with that completely. There's so many great choices in this realm, especially in the beginner and smaller amp realm. And it's come a long way since we started, right?
Oh, night and day, night and day. And the other hard thing was keeping each one short, because they all offer, even the most simple ones, have so many great tones. Only playing 3 or 4 does them a disservice. So please use this as just as an appetite whetter, because there's a lot more out there in the things we've just shown you.
We've got videos on a lot of these amps, and of course the article that's, you know, the best beginner amps.
Perfect. So go hunt, my friends. See you.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click here for more videos like this, or start at sweetwater.com for all your music instrument and pro audio needs.